Welcome back to another reaction, this time for the anime The Daily Life of a Part-Time Torturer, Episode 1. I don't know. I guess comedy? Something more macabre, maybe? Or we will see. Okay, starts off very nonchalant. So essentially, we follow the life of psychopaths, I assume. You do have to be a little bit wrong in your head if you're able to be a torturer as a part-timer and not be affected. Or is it more on the kinky side?
しゃーっす。おう、俺はどこにでもいる普通のアルバイト。セロ。
25, blood type B, younger brother, okay, living situation, gambits to kill time.
今日は件数多いで。マジっすか。早く人増やしてくださいよ。俺に言うな。もうさ、今日忙しいから悪いんだけど。さっさと吐いてくれる？業務内容拷問。
Okay, we will see where this is going. It is also a full show, so 24 episodes. I'm just wondering if this would work well in like a shorter format. Okay, let's see the opening. Okay. We got a lot of characters seemingly. Now, it seems that we have 4 main torturer or part-timer. And they do look all male. There, however, seems to be some women as well. It seems they are outside of the workforce. I don't know. I was wondering why there are so many male characters. But it also seems like this is mostly comedy based, which is a little bit weird. This whole, it doesn't feel like a thriller or psychological or horror or action. It feels very slice of life. I mean, the daily life, I guess. Slice of life. With a very strange premise. This is a world where things like killing and torture have been legalized. Sure. Sure.
強情なやつだな。さっさと知ってること喋った方がお前のためだぜ。
I mean, those are normally pretty wrong stats. Normally, you would have the areas where you are not efficient would dip a lot more. But he's nearly all 5. Is it 5? It is 6. Wow. I mean 5 technically. He's nearly full everywhere, is the point.
こいつマジで何も知らないんじゃね？つが無関係な気がしてきた。困るわ。ここまで痛めつけて無意味とか辛すぎじゃね？俺ならここまでされたら絶対喋るもん。クソ痛えしさ。
I mean, the concept is already strange. Torture and killing is legalized. First off, that would reduce the amount of people by a lot. Additionally, I mean, this would be the best day ever for American companies. Because they could now do whatever they want. Nothing is stopping you from putting some kind of deadly chemicals in your product, like, let's say, some food, and killing a lot of people this way, if it is legalized.
つっても全員ちゃんと悪党だから取り越し苦労なんすけどね。
どいつもこいつも役者やわ。
ゴミをリサイクルして社会貢献悪くない。
Yeah, you are not recycling anything, really?
ない仕事っすよね。エコっすよ、エコ。
29. Oh, has 2 kids. Interesting.
バイトもたくさんやったけど、ここが一番気に入ってますよ。
よりによってここなんかい。で、これまでどんな仕事をしてたんや？
いろいろっすね。直近の50個くらいしか覚えてないんすけど。
50.
人と話すのも、焼くのも、切るのも、これまでの経験が全部活かせる。この仕事っていいっすよね。
応用力がすごいのは分かった。
I do wonder, are we going to see... Are we even going to see a lot of torture? I feel like we don't. But then, are we going to see women getting tortured? What about children? I mean, technically they torture criminals, it seems like. Or maybe not children because they are technically not criminals under the law. Maybe.
で、全部うまくいかんかったんか。
But yeah, I'm assuming we are not going to see much in the sense of torturing people.
いや、逆っす。何でもうまくできたし、初めは楽しいんですけど、ふと虚しくなるんすよね。そういうのって。それで転々としてるうちにここに来たんすけど、拷問相手は言うこと聞かねえし、先輩はクソ厳しいし、仕事はめんどくせえし、最高っすよ。
そうか。
シュウさん、スピリタス一番の古株。あらゆる手段、道具を用いて、どんな悪人からも情報を聞き出す、業界屈指の拷問。
Now you can go above the point. Fair enough.
俺、シュウさんに仕込んでもらってよかったっすよ。1から10まで拷問のいろはを毎日毎日手取り足取り教え方が乱暴すぎて俺の手足も取れるかと思いましたよ。
おかげで鍛えられたやろ。
Can't you just use drugs in some way? Wouldn't that be easier? Put them in some kind of drug-induced sleep deprived state? One of the two. So they are loopy, they don't know what is going on, and then they probably are less guarded against spilling secrets, right?
シウさんっていろんな道具使いますよね。俺こういうの講習でしか使ってないっすよ。
便利やし。
俺はシンプルな道具の方が使いやすいっすけど。
お前原始的なん好きよな。
そういうシウさんの一番好きな道具ってなんすか？
そうやな。無知かな。
十分原始的じゃないっすか。
俺一件増えてもうたわ。ご指名らしくてな。お前こっちやってくれ。
俺でいいんすか？
お前なら大丈夫や。頼んでええか？
お、任せてくださいよ。口もケツも割れるもん全部割らせてやりますよ。
口だけでええ。
はーい。じゃあ次は上司の名前ね。なんだかんだ言ってこの仕事が一番長く続いてんだよな。やべえ、これができなきゃシュウさんに殺される。さっさと吐けよクソ。もう一枚吐く。
時間かかりすぎや。
させ。俺よく続いてんな。お疲れっす。
なんやもう終わったんか。
なんかあっさり終わっちゃいました。
そうか。俺
So they extract some kind of information, and that's it. No verification, nothing.
厄介な相手やったのにようやったな。
シュウさんのその一言で何百枚でも爪剥げそうっすよ。
は？気持ち悪い。
Now, I know that in Japan, smoking is a lot more mainstream, you could say. It's more or less everywhere. I don't know how much, because I know in the last 20 to 30 years, where I live, it went from you can smoke everywhere to you more or less cannot smoke anywhere anymore. As soon as it's like a shop, open space, you are open, public space. By public, I mean owned by the state in some kind of form. You are already not allowed to smoke anymore. You are allowed to smoke on like in the park, on the sidewalk, sure, all that is fine. Everywhere where it's open, essentially. But stuff like the train station, you are not allowed to, which is what I mean with more or less public spaces. Which is very interesting because I know my parents, they grew up with smoking and being able to smoke everywhere. And were more or less left out to dry because they now are not really able to smoke anymore. I don't know if Japan went through a similar transformation or is going through something similar, or are they more you can smoke wherever you want as long as it's somewhat open, I guess. I do wonder. Because I know Japan has a different view on smoking.
すみません。待たせたっすか？
Which is interesting that it is not showcased a lot in anime. Maybe because a lot of anime is targeted at younger audiences and they don't allow that. That could be it.
俺も今来たとこや。
買い出し行くの珍しいっすね。
今あるのも傷んできたしな。それに新作出とるかもしれんし。
そんな服屋みてえなノリで行かないでしょ。拷問器具屋なんて。ベルさん、こんにちは。
あら、いらっしゃい。二人揃っては久しぶり。
She has like a tattoo on her chest. That shouldn't look like that because you can clearly see the grease of. Is it a grease? The division of her booblies and the rest of the skin. There should be a fold. The tattoo should look a little bit different on both sides. Just you know.
いいね。
The Vice Seller Belter. Why Tortura? Oh, the is the name of the shop. 28. Now this is interesting that a lot of these characters are close to the 30s, which is also rare. Dislikes fatty meat because you're old, I guess. People who will respect her are her type. Isn't that like a normal thing in Japan though? Showing respect. Maybe that is why what she means is people who respect her in this kind of outfit, which I feel like in Japan would not garner her a lot of respect.
んじゃ、いつものあれ出して。
毎度めんどくさいな。
決まりだからね。第一種拷問危機管理。
Is it all just censoring or is that specific
じゃ資格
ID?
持ってるわね。はい、ごゆっくり。
へえ、身長伸ばすラックも置いてんだ。おどうしたんすか？
セロ、やばいわ。無知の品揃えがやばい。やるなベルタのやつ。
おもちゃ売り場の子供みて
無知界の拷問用に強度を上げるための企業努力はそりゃすごいんやで。強度を上げるだけならなんぼでも方法は。
無知のことを危機として語るシウさん、ちょっとキモい。
これは鉄線を編み込んでて列車をつけて追い込んでいく無知。
怖っ。
ちょっと試し撃ちするわ。そこ立て。
なんで俺なんすか？
痛くせんから。
それなら。
So how it is designed to hurt? What do you mean it is not going to hurt?
いや無理っす。
しゃあない、本番で試すわ。
そうしてくださいよ。なんだっけこの器具。
ご試着されますか？
My mind went somewhere else. Definitely not on him. I had a different vision. Different character.
お客様、大変お似合いですよ。
俺の黒ってあります？
そういうノリいいんで早く外して。
How is it going to help in torturing? You know, this is not really a torture device. It's more or less like something to imprison people. It is always showcased. I don't know if it's used for that, to put someone on essentially a stage and everyone can then throw stuff at them.
思い出した。
Or they just have to stay there until it's more or less like a timeout.
晒し台のピロリっすね。
忘れるなんて信じらんない。こんな面白い器具なのに。買って使ってよ。
Why is it fun? How is it fun?
こいつあんま専門器具使わんし。
拷問器具って一見何するものかわかんなくないっすか？
それがいいんじゃないの。芸術的デザインよ。
いやダメっす。
なんでよ。
痛い目に遭うって一瞬で伝わる道具の方が楽でしょ。勝手にビビってくれるから。
つまんない。セロ君には呆れちゃうわ。それでもスーパーノヴァの弟子？
その呼び方やめろ。
難関と呼ばれるあらゆる拷問職の資格を最年少で網羅し、拷問界に旋風を巻き起こした男。
7億円強奪事件や白線組人身売買事件など、一時は迷宮入りと思われた大事件の数々を 解決に導いた若き拷問や人々は彼をこう呼んだ拷問界スーパーノヴァ
笑とんなよ、拷問界の彗星。
Now, killing and torturing has been legalized. You can get a license, which allows you to then torture people. I mean, you don't need licenses for a lot of jobs, so why torturing specifically? But fair enough. Which means there is potentially also a job in killing people. Because killing is also legalized. So hitmen and so on are more prevalent, I assume. Maybe we will see some people in that regard. Maybe they work together with the shop. I can understand maybe they need a license. First off, I assume the killer need a license because License to Kill can make, I believe, a James Bond reference. But for the torturers, I could see that. I feel like there are probably shops where people can go into and torture people for amusement. Why? I don't know why. But I feel like that is something that could happen. Which now that I think of, killing could be the same. You could have like a leisure shop where you pay a bunch of money and you are allowed to kill people. Why? I don't know. I mean, I feel like the question why is already far gone by the time we started the show.
ねえ、セロ君、もっと拷問
Okay, it's true.
器具に興味持ってよ。ほら、これとかどう？頭かち割れる
You do know the idea is to torture people, not kill them.
わよ。
いいっす。ベルさん売り上げ上げたいだけでしょ。
ほら、シウさんを見習って。ちょっと店内でムチ振り回さないで。
おいセロ、お前これ好きやろ。
え、どれっすか？
爪剥ぎやすそうやろ。
ああ、いいっすね。一つ買っとこう。
It would peel a nail pretty easily. Is the point is not to do that easily, right? The messier it is, the more damage it is going to do. The more damage, the more it hurts. The more it hurts, the more likely he's going to talk.
ああ、いいっすね。一つ買っとこ
くそ、これが指定の絆か。領収書はスピリタスで大丈夫？
ああ。
っていうかシウさん、そろそろポイントカード作ったら？そういうの持たない主義？
え？シュウさん、スーパーとかのカード持ってますよね。
まあ大体。
なんでうちだけ？
拷問器具屋のカードなんか持ちたないわ。はずいし。
拷問屋に言われたかないわよ。
I feel like I don't understand store-based point cards. Because if you want to give him something like a point card, you could just keep it and just scan it whenever he comes around, as example. Or you could just be like, hey, this is your 10th time you are shopping here. We have a new whip that is not on display right now. Do you want to take a look? Something along those lines. Don't really understand the idea of single store point cards because there is no reason to have them.
セロ、これ見ろ。
なんすか？
ベルタのやつ。盗撮やんけ。
証拠たくましい。
I mean, she's a good businesswoman.
しいっすね。
はじめまして、ミッケです。よろしくお願いします。あれ、
Let me guess, he's super old.
聞こえてますよね。
We don't have that too much. It never occurred to me. We have lollibabas left and right, but we don't have Shota Fuji-sans? Question mark? Would you say that? It doesn't roll off the tongue that well. Ojotas? Ojotas. Sounds like Shosama. Shujis. Yeah. Maybe? We don't have many of those. Young looking boys that turn out to be old.
ああ、悪い。
考え事してた。
Because he looks like a teenager.
ひどい先輩なのかと思った。
3日で辞めるのにかけます。
俺は
Oh, he's new.
どうかな。
ひどい先輩だ。せっかく服装自由な職場なのに、2人とも地味ですね。
Yeah, it's probably because there's going to be a lot of questionable stuff going on in these clothes.
ですね。もったいない。
まあ。と、ここまでが一連の流れ。わかったか？
はーい。おはようございます。
Why did you change your hair color?
おはようございます。
ウィース。お、
着飾っても全然意味ないなぁと思って。
どうせ汚れるしな。
見せる相手は拷問相手やし。
ですね。
22. 155. 3 older sisters. Ooh, that's gonna be rough. Eating a lot. 43 kilograms? Does not seem to work that well. Favorite food, chocolate. Dislikes food, Tantan Man. Girls who are the same inside and out. Okay. So you want people that are real, I assume? Not the sneaky backstabbing kind? Understandable.
結構肉体労働。
Why are you... What? What are these for?
結構肉体労働だろ
Are you going to throw them at people?
う。少ないか？
少しきついです。
Only part I could understand is there's this one, I don't know if it's torture. I mean, it is, essentially. Where you have like a board that has like a specific form where you kneel down on and it bites into your skin. And in turn, you take on your lap another board where you put the heavy weights, in this case, like stones and stuff, on. So it presses down on these ridges on the bottom board that then bite more into your flesh. That's what these are for, I assume?
けど、このまま続けたらムキムキになるかもですよ。
ムキムキのミケはやだな。そういやさ、ミケはなんでうちに来たの？
拷問職のミステリアスでかっこいい人たちに憧れて、僕もそうなりたいなーって。
本当は？
お金と好奇心です。
正直。
I mean, money is always important. And I hate whenever you are at job or wherever, and people decide to not address the obvious. Why are you here? Why do you want to work here? It's always money. Most of the cases, at least. Let's not kid ourselves. Now, do you get a license working here? Did you need to get a license before? Question mark? Or is it just an, hey, I'm working here ID, and as long as you are working here, the state is more or less controlling the shop is controlling its employees, kind of thing?
でよろしい
So the store can officially give you the IDs, making you torturers, and the state is just going to check if the store is above board, which, I mean, killing and torturing is legal, so I don't even know what is illegal then. These are some of the bigger parts. No
じゃあ
legal
これで
system.
最後なブツの隠し場所は
西区の8番倉庫。
おいお疲れさんおあらら
He's doing something weird. Does he have like a bunch of questions he's asking? Did he prepare the questions? I feel like it would really suck if you got him to talk, you got like the answers you wanted, you then send him away. I'm assuming they're getting sent somewhere else then. And then you have to bring him back and re-torture him just because of a question he didn't answer, or a new question you need to get the answer from.
こいつもダメっぽいなおい大丈夫か
Yeah, he's doing
あ
weird
す
stuff.
みません
Oh.
メモ取るのに必死でやっぱり拷問って奥が深いですね
いい子だ
I mean, you are losing 10 grand. In yen. I do wonder, what if he is here for like 11 days? Who gets the 20k? I would say he gets the 20k, the kid. I mean kid, 22-year-old. Let's...
グーチョキパーでグーチョキパーで何作ろう
またかわ
Oh,
グーチョキパーでグーチョキパーで何作ろう
また可愛い歌歌ってんな
右手はチョキで左手はパーで拷問だ拷問だ
is that not a French different song? I believe it was French. I don't remember. But yeah, the song... No, not this specifically. Even though the French do like their guillotines. Which is not really a torture, I guess. I was just wondering about the song. I feel like it has a bunch of different iterations in the world.
チョキパーでグーチョキパーで何
やべえ歌歌ってんな
お先に失礼します
お疲れ
Is he working part-time? Are we not a part-timer? Shouldn't we be here only for like 4 hours or so?
どうやミケちゃんとやれとるか
おざっすいい感じっすよ物おじしないし飲み込み早いし
爪剥がすの僕がやっていいんですか
何より積極的なのがいいっすね小柄で非力なのが心配でしたけど
もしかして拷問だから殺さないと思ってんのかああ残念でした俺新人だからまだ加減とかわかんねえんだよ
あんま意地張ってっと普通に死ぬぜ。
Hmm. His stats are really bad in comparison. Good at intimidating. Knows how to use implements. Okay. The rest not that good. Most likely because he is the trainings. The other ones are here for a little bit already.
精神から削るのもいけるやつなんで問題ないっす。
頼もしいな。
いやー、拷問の時のミケ見てると普段のミケが何倍も可愛く見えるんすよね。
セロさん。
なんて言うてたけど、今日は一人で履かせてみ。
はーい、頑張りまーす。
おいおいおい、いつまで黙ってんだよ。役立たずの舌も切っちまうか。
Hmm. I just had, I don't know, was it part of another show? You know, take like a razor blade or really sharp, or fresh cut paper and slice open the tongue. I feel like that would be a lot more effective than cutting the tongue.
あいつは拷問中の方がええやろ。生き生きしとる。
やだ、趣味悪い。
Now in the descriptions everyone got, the supernova guy, his likes did not mention women. The other two did mention girls. I don't know if they just omitted that or he is just not confined by gender.
ミケって小説家なの？すげえ。
まあでも無名の新人なんで単発の仕事がほとんどで、
Are you though?
ここは短時間で高収入だから小説書く時間も作れるし、ネタ探しも兼ねてこのバイトにしたんです。
This is like a safe insert for the author.
なるほどね。で、どういう小説書いてんの？
僕のイメージと違うから驚くと思うんですけど、サイコサスペンスです。
ぴったりじゃん。それにしても
Let's build a fun, cheerful workplace together. Stop harassment. Because harassment is against the law. Killing is not. So, should you harass someone? If you kill them, then you did not technically, or there's no evidence for your harassment, right?
ミケは楽しそうに仕事してるよな。
はい。ああ、不謹慎ですかね。
それぐらいじゃなきゃ続かねえだろう。ま、向いてるってことだ。
それなら嬉しいですね。こんなにワクワクする仕事も職場も他にないし、それに何より執筆依頼が増えました。人を痛めつける描写がすごいって褒められるんですよ。
役に立ってんだな。
はい。
乾杯！
I mean, he also mentions that the job gives a lot of money for the amount of work you or time you need to spend on it. I feel like a lot of people would jump on that if you get like, I don't know what the average is. Let's say $50 per hour. I mean, just to torture some people. I mean, $50, let's say 4 hours a day, 200. That's already making you a grand or so a week. That is pretty good for part-time. 4 grand, approximately a month. If you do it full-time, maybe like 8 grand. Maybe you get a bonus of 10 to up to 10 grand a month. That does not seem bad. You just have to torture a couple people.
じゃんじゃん飲め。
じゃんじゃん食え。
おごってもらっていいんですか？
ああ、遠慮すんな。
そもそもお前が辞めるのにかけてた金だし。
I mean, no one won, right? So
これからもよろしくお願いします。
it's actually still your money.
はじめまして、ヒューと言います。
So this is the
よろし
fourth
く
guy.
お願い。
He seems very shy. I feel like he's the one that has like a flip. He's very shy, he's very self-conscious, but whenever he's in front of people to torture, he's just going off.
お願いします。
He's the youngest one, which is crazy. He is the tallest one as well. 2 meter, holy shit. Camping solo, piano, likes Hamburg steak. Understandable. Doesn't like liver. Understandable. His type is the nice people. I'm assuming that is romantically.
よろしく。ミケにも後輩ができたな。
じゃ、ミケ。
Okay, so, what are we betting now? Another 10 grand?
にいろいろ教えてもらおうか。
案内するね。
はい。
ねえ、ヒューはなんでこのバイトに決めたの？
社会勉強に。
And what really?
おお、偉いね。
いえ、
もっと一般的な。
社会の方がいいのでは？
じゃあ今日はまず簡単な拷問からね。ヒューは見てて。
はい。
あれ、答えてくれないなら行くよ。せーの。話せよ。ん？ヒュー、大丈夫
Okay, I did not envision anyone falling unconscious. Maybe he can't really see blood.
お前血が苦手なの？
すみません。
血を見るとそっとしちゃうんですよ。どうしましょう。
問題ないやろ。血を出さずに痛めつける方法なんかなんぼでもある。できる方法で痛めつけろ。
優しい。
じゃあ水攻めなら大丈夫じゃね？この本俺が前に使ってたやつ。
優しい。
じゃあ一回やってみっか。ここにゆっくり水注いで。
はい。では
Is it boiling water?
行きます。
一気にやると死んじゃうぞ。鼻に水やるように優しく。おめでとう。
ヒュー、自分でちゃんと履かせられたんだって。よかったね。
セロさんのおかげです。
じゃあ今度は報告書の書き方教えてあげる。
はい。ありがとうございます。
本当にちゃんとできたんか？
はい。容赦なかったっすよ。いい感じで。本当に
Fair.
本当に血が出なきゃ何でもいいんすね。
次はうまい骨の折り方を教えたろ。
え、それ俺にも教えてくださいよ。
お前は自分で考えろ。
なあ。
はい。
今日俺担当少ないからさ、ヒューの分少し手伝ってやるよ。
あ、
げるよそれ。だからヒュウ君は何もしなくていいよ。
お前がホールに出ると面倒なんだよ。違う、あの時とは。
ヒュウ、ちょっと手伝ってくれない？
え？
僕のさ、
You are tall, so I assume get something?
担当の腕折って。
はい、ミケさん。
まあミケでいいよ。僕もまだ初心者だしね。
じゃあミケくん。
一緒にいっぱい拷問しようね。
俺も頑張る。
僕も負けないよ。ねえ、そういえばヒュウってなんでいつも顔隠してんの？顔見せ
I guess he's good looking?
てよ。
これは。
いいじゃんいいじゃんいいじゃん。トエリアべっぴん。
おお、確かにえらい綺麗な顔しとんな。
なんで隠してんの？
顔出してると変な人につきまとわれたり、僕のことで喧嘩する人が出てきたり、いいことがないので、それで人とあまり関わらない、やってる人も少ない仕事に興味があってここに入ったんです。
よしよし、ここには怖い人はいないからな。
みんな優しいからね。
はい。
仕事慣れてきたか？
シウさん。はい、だいぶ。優しい先輩もいますし、頼ってくれる友達もできたし、仕事もやりがいがあるので、人の皮をかぶった害獣から有益な情報、仕事もやりがいがあるので、人の皮をかぶった害獣から有益な情報を聞き出して社会貢献ができるなんて素晴らしいですよね。
ま、その調子で頑張れ。
はい。
お疲れっす。
終わりました。
おう、お疲れ。
こんなところで何してるんですか？
俺たちも混ぜてくださいよ。
なんでもないわ、うるさいの。
ひどい。
I don't know. I don't know. A lot less torturing than I assumed would happen. Straight up. Maybe in more next episode, very focused on the characters.